There is quite a good way for support people to work with the mum that's having the baby, that they are not just there to hold your hand and give encouragement by smiling and saying you're doing really well, but to actually be there and watching you carefully so that they can see when you fail to breathe properly. So what we tend to do with contractions is as they get stronger, you will tend to resist, your shoulders will rise, and as your shoulders rise, so does your breath stop. As a support person, they need to be there to help you, to say, okay, let's just breathe. Sometimes words don't help, but eyes and eye contact and actions do.
If you can release some of that tension, surely that's going to help the passage of the baby through and out. And it's sort of an inward, just gently inward and sort of almost upward, lifting as you breathe in. This is just this pelvic, sacral rocking. It doesn't seem very much, but sometimes it can just release what's happening down there. And you can imagine that big sacral bone there and the coccyx, it's just a lot of pressure on it. Again, this is a wonderful position to labour in if you can. You might want to kneel, you might want to sit on a birth ball.
It feels great.
Yeah, connectedness, I suppose, and you sort of, it's a support thing, but you're really both really concentrating on getting through this contraction. Not a lot of talking necessarily, but just breathing. That's good. Yeah. But it's very primal, and it's so you don't need a whole lot of people there. You're hopefully going to have the lights down, and hopefully there's no one asking you any questions. You're just in that zone. You're in that zone, and nothing's going to really stop you from sort of getting that connection and the baby coming out.
In a story I can relate to you where I was a support person to someone that was close to me. They were progressing in their first stage of labour and they were starting to find it a bit difficult. And that birth plan that they had written that said, I really want an active natural birth, started to seem a long way away. So knowing that she really needed encouragement at this time, she was on her all fours and I bent down on my all fours, eye contact with her, and just said, look at me, let's just breathe together. And so there's no special technique but to simply breathe in, breathe out, and breathe with them. Just look at their eyes, don't talk too much, and let them breathe. When you see their shoulders lifting, take your hands, put them on their shoulders and say relax. And in this instance where I was a support person, this person went from saying, I want all the drug cocktails you can give me, I want them all right now, within 5 minutes, and it was only 5 minutes of breathing, she actually was smiling. And there is no word of a lie. She was smiling and saying, I can really do this. This is great. And she had a fantastic birth experience. About 40 minutes later, she had a lovely baby boy. So as a support person, you can be as useful and as active as the mother.